Ever since like the 7th, 8th grade, I knew what I wanted to do. I was like, okay, medical school, it's happening. When I first came to high school, I was very lost. I'm a first generation daughter, eldest daughter. Being the person that I am, very interested in college, wanting to be very successful in my academics. I didn't have the guidance. So when I heard about AVID, I was like, oh my God, like this is it. I remember my first interview, I was so nervous. I was preparing like 2 weeks straight. When I first joined AVID, obviously everything was so new to me. The tactics was new. Focused note-taking, I was not used to it, and I used to think like, do I really need it? But I think that it took me a couple months to get in the groove of it, and the activities that we did definitely bonded the whole classroom together. You are with the same group of people for the next 4 years of your high school career. You guys grow a connection, you know everyone on a personal level, so you get more comfortable with sharing what you're struggling in class. You can actually open up and ask for help. And the teacher definitely makes everything 100 times better. Mrs. Kanogara, she has helped me more than anyone could ever expect. She spoke to me like a human being and took account of my feelings and how I was doing. I still stay in touch with her, and she's helped me form my club, Advocates for AVID. She's someone I talk to often and that I look up to, and she's really helped me through a lot. There's great lessons that you can learn throughout life, and that there's always hope, and that you can regain hope. AVID being there for me definitely helped me navigate what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and how to be successful in my classes, and it's helped a lot.
David Goggins once said, "You have to be willing to go to war with yourself and create a whole new identity." I'm a mixed 17-year-old first-generation girl. I'm Afghan and Mongolian. I'm never enough of this or never enough of that. I don't look enough, speak enough, know enough. Mental health, what's that? Both sides of my cultural identity play a different role in my life. It was hard navigating myself through high school. I knew who I wanted to be, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Was it the success I sought? Friends, grades, leadership? I was lost. Just as this chapter of my life opened, another one ended. On December 6, 2020, my life changed forever. My father passed away from a terminal disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. My life was now a dark hall, absent of voices, including mine. The isolation I felt hit me like a wrecking ball. Internally, I wished for nothing more than to be alone. I dwelled on my life status and compared it to others who had more or less than I did. I felt a sense of entrapment, as expressing your feelings is not a societal norm in the Asian community. Just when I thought that the journey couldn't get any darker, my mother was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis. It was then when I realized I needed to find some source of light in this darkness. I lacked the confidence to find my way towards the goals I imagined for myself. But little did I know, I was capable of accomplishing more than I expected. The moment I walked into my AVID 9 classroom, I knew I had found my source of light. Mrs. Kanokura, my AVID teacher at the time, was and continues to be my rock during my hard times. Honestly, as a first-generation eldest daughter, I did not know where to go for help. But she allowed me to open up, ask questions, and ask for help. As I roamed my dark hall alone, she opened a door and she invited me in. She reminded me that I had the confidence within me to achieve anything I wanted, and nothing was impossible. She encouraged me when I spoke down on myself, guided me when I was too tunnel-visioned, but most importantly, spoke to me like a person rather than just a student. This notion was put to the test with an AVID activity, the mandala. This was my first time writing about my father since his passing, and it was hard. I felt anxious to share a vulnerable story with the class, so I told Mrs. Kanokura I was going to sit this out, along with a few other peers who felt the same. After hearing my classmates' stories, I noticed a sense of trust within our space, and it gave me the courage to stand and tell the story of my father. After I went, one of my classmates sitting out went, then another, then another. My courage was contagious, and I realized we had more in common than I thought. I came to see the brilliance within my AVID 9 classroom, and I thought to myself, this is my bright spot. I started to think about ways to share this program with my school community. After 3 months of brainstorming, I created a club, Advocates for AVID, where we could educate others and showcase the benefits of this program. This club became an all-inclusive space where students collaborate and take charge, increase awareness of community issues, raise funds from bake sales, but most importantly, become leaders. Every year, Advocates for AVID visits the middle schools and presents the AVID program. It is always surreal to see a younger version of myself in the 8th graders and realize how far I've come. Today, I am a confident leader, but let us rewind to when my father passed away. I promised to make him proud and carry his legacy wherever I go. I promised to never fail him as a daughter. I promised that everything he sacrificed as an immigrant to provide me with the American dream was worth it. I promised to be a person of confidence. So let me ask you, where does confidence begin? I would say confidence is rooted in the setbacks, the obstacles, the hard work, the late nights, the balancing of sports, clubs, and rigorous classes, the failures and sacrifices, the feeling of fulfillment and happiness. I now realize that the AVID community I am a part of and contribute to building has helped me get to where I am. My mom reminds me often, there is always light at the end of a tunnel. With this in mind, today, I no longer walk a dark hall. I am now heard. I stand here today as a representation of regained hope. I stand here to showcase learned confidence. I stand here to continue my father's legacy and to uphold my mom's hard work. I stand here because my journey is not done. I stand here to remind every educator to be that source of light in a student's life. Let your smile widen from ear to ear as you welcome them in. Hold their hand, guide them, and let them feel. Let them trust. This community embodies the meaning of AVID family. I feel support within it, hurdles behind it, and see a luminous future in front of it. This is me. This is AVID. Thank you.